The Shruti Box. Okay. So this is the number one thing. Well, not number one. Maybe two or three thing I get asked at a sound meditation is what is that box thing that makes this really nice sound? And so I thought let's introduce everyone to this because this is you know the cornerstone of my sound meditation practice and my vocal practice. When I do sound meditations, I usually sing with the Shruti. And the Shruti is meant to tune the voice, meaning it is a reed-like sound that it mimics the voice in a way, and it also allows us to melt and meld with the sound. So we become one with the sound, which is my whole philosophy with Divasonic Music Academy and teaching the sound healing arts and the music arts is to become one with whatever you're doing with sound, right? So if you're playing piano, if you're playing a Tibetan bowl with your voice, when you accompany yourself with another instrument like a crystal bowl, and then the Shruti box. So fairly simple design here. This, Shruti box comes from India. It's part of Indian classical music and the raga music tradition. Raga music is the classical music of India. And what's cool about raga is it's based on drone and melody. All right. So in Western music, we have a big emphasis on harmony, chords, chord progressions, and then we fit a cool melody that sounds good with the chord progression. So with the Indian classical music and the Shruti box, we are dealing with drone. A drone is a continuous sound, and it's usually the root and the fifth of a chord. And then the melody is the highlight. The melody is what we do with flute or voice or any other singular instrument, melodic instrument. We can improvise over this drone and create a journey and a story just from our melody and this bed of sound. So other instruments that are similar to the Shruti box in Indian music that provide this music bed would be tanpura or sitar, and then of course the harmonium, which you do play chords with, but we're going to keep it really simple. We just start with the drone and the Shruti box. A lot of people ask me what is the difference between the Shruti and the harmonium. The harmonium, used in a lot of kirtan styles of music, has actual piano keys, so you can play it like an accordion, and then you play the chords to accompany yourself with a kirtan style. Okay, so I am a piano player, but I've never been. I had a harmonium here and there I borrowed from a friend, but I really have stayed with the Shruti, and it's because of the simplicity of it and your ability to just connect with a very basic, simple sound current, and then do what you will on top of that. Okay, so if I turn this sideways, you'll see that all I have to do to play this is push the back of the Shruti box forward, and then the front of it, and we have some people waiting. The front of it comes out, and then we've got this sound, this continuous sound, and you see that when I play the Shruti box, I do a nice, slow, steady pumping motion. And just so, it's so meditative just to play it. It's just a wonderful feeling. And I usually close my eyes and just connect with it. Yes. So that's how it's played. Pretty darn simple, isn't it? But sometimes I see people playing a Shruti box a little too fast. So I'll see. You know, and so with ecstatic chanting styles like kirtan, you may see the Shruti box. Maybe there's a little bit more faster pumping motion or the rhythmic motion. But for just vocal meditation, for things that are slow, for dropping in, and getting a consistent sound out of the instrument, it's really good to just play it nice and slow. All right. So let's talk about how the sound comes out of this thing. I've got some pegs here, and this is like once you demystify this, you are like home free. But you got to know a little bit about the piano keyboard to understand this. So here we go. We've got a row of bottom pegs, and then this 5 raised pegs up here. Can anybody tell me what that would be like? Hint, hint. I have a couple around me right now. Now, this is set up very similar to what? This is a test. This is a test. All right, Tabitha's got it. It's set up like a piano. All right, so you have, like, think of the white keys being on the bottom, and the black keys are on top. So right now, I've got the way that you make the sound is you open the pegs of the notes that you want to hear. So I have a C and a C, and then I have a G. And this is a pretty basic setup. It's an open fifth. That means it's not defined by major or minor. And you can really sing whatever you want on top. You can make a chord if you want, but this is a great starting place for the Shruti. And this one is called the female Shruti. It has a C to C, 1 octave of all your notes there from the piano. So we have C, C sharp or D flat. We have D, D sharp or E flat, E, F, F sharp or G flat, G, G sharp or A flat, A, B flat, A sharp, B, and C. So all I really do to get this going is I just start and just get into a rhythm with it. And I do like the depth of this having the octave C. And sometimes instead of G, I'll do F. So I have more of an F major thing, but still with the C's on the outside. And when you change these pegs, even one note, it allows you to take in another kind of melody, another kind of scale, tonality, navigation through your melody. So if I went back to, let's say, G, C and G, so going back to C and G, if I want to make a C major chord and go major, I would just take this E, open that up, and if I want to do C minor, I might open up the E flat, and then you're really in that minor tonality. You're going to stay there for a while. I'm going to go ahead and open up this microphone here. Little effects. There we go. Now you can hear it a little bit better, right? So I have a microphone in front of me right now. It has a little bit of reverb and delay on it. And you can hear how it changed the sound. So I just had it all the way down. I was just playing it through this microphone. Now I'm going to bring this up. So fairly simple, really a simple setup. And then you can make all kinds of different chords. Whatever you want to do, you can do. And again, when we talk about the sound healing arts, there's a lot of emphasis on the fifth interval, that C and G, the D and A, the F and C, and this open backdrop of where you choose what modal direction you're going, major, minor, Lydian, Mixolydian. For those of you who are hip to music theory, it just allows a starting point, a foundation, a basis for your exploration. So, for example, I have nothing on right now, so I'll just do, like, say, a D and an A, and that would give us some sort of D thing. Or I might want to do. Oh, you hear the effects there. That's fun. Or you might want to do a B flat F. So the F is down here, the B flat's here, and I'll go for it. And so forth. But a lot of the time I just keep it on good old C and G, or C, F, and C, and I have an F and a C crystal bowl that's in tune with this, and then I play those all together, and it's lovely. So combining sounds also with the bowls and the Shruti, very, very fun. Good times. Okay, so I have another Shruti to show you. And by the way, there is this particular Shruti I got from my teacher, Sylvia Nakach, who really got me started into vocal meditation. And she had brought over a few extra from India, and this is how I acquired this one now about 12 years ago. So I've been holding strong with this Shruti. But then I found out about the male Shruti. And I was like, oh, what's that? And so I had to get myself one of those. The same maker of this one, which Kerem Brule, who's on right now, hanging out with us, she's just got a bunch of these in stock, by the way. So we'll make sure that you have that information. But let's go ahead and check out the male Shruti box. This is like show and tell day, and so what is the difference? Well, you see the pegs are quite different here. The order of them, I mean. It looks the same, but it is in a different order. So essentially, the female Shruti is from C to C, right? A C octave. The male Shruti box is how many notes lower? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 notes lower than the C, the female Shruti box. So the male Shruti is from G to G, which makes the pitch of it lower by 5 notes. So so this is G, A, B, C. So the other Shruti box starts here, and this one gives you those 5 extra lower notes on the bottom. So now when I'm talking about a G being in G something, I would open these pegs, and also the D. The D would be the 5th above G. Now I can go to town. All right, so check out this. The sound of this is awesome. And so what I'll do live sometimes, and I did this on my track called Shavasana Song, is I played both. So I sat in the recording studio and I had one on my right side and one on my left side. And I'll do this live too sometimes, and I'll just go back and forth between them to create a chord. And that's really fun, a chord progression, and a very slow chord progression. But these are really, really lovely. The lower tone, I'm not sure if Kerem has any of these, because usually we just go for just the C to C Shruti. And when you're looking down at this, you do have to be aware of like where the notes are, right? Because you're not looking at the same piano layout. It's moved over, right? So you have the black keys here, here, and here. And then the white keys here. But I suggest when you look at your Shruti box, just reference yourself with the basic letter names, the musical alphabet, the white keys. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and you'll be fine. Yes, you'll be perfect. So sometimes, if I really want a big sound, I might, instead of doing the back and forth between the C chord and the G chord, creating that 1-5 progression, I might just play both and just make the sound bigger and do like C, G, C, G, and then C, G, C on the other Shruti box, which is super fun. So this is just a C, G, C. So I'd love to invite everyone. Let's just close our eyes and sing with this a little bit. I know there's lots of effects right here in this mic. Whoa, that's what I like. Make it as wet as possible. Okay. So what we're going to do is just, we're going to hum a little bit. So wherever you are, listen to the sound of the Shruti. And just hum a little bit just to see if you can match your voice with the Shruti. This is part of our Devotional Voice program, is to activate the body with the humming sound. Can't really talk about the Shruti without talking about vocal meditation, because that's what I use it for. But allowing us to take that an active step here in interacting with this sound. Alrighty, let's do it. Taking a deep breath in, we're going to do some humming. We can also open up into an ah sound that gives us another way to explore our voice with the Shruti sound. Let's do that a little bit. And you can do whatever you want over there. I can't hear. No one can hear you. Everybody can do what they want with this sound. It's just a bed of sound. So very quickly, you just begin to bliss out. Your voice, a tone. You are creating the drone with the Shruti. It's an easy thing to play without thinking. Because a lot of time when we have to play an instrument and sing, like drum and sing, it takes a little bit of coordination practice there. But with the Shruti box, you're able to just not think. It's all about being super present, not having to use the left brain very much. To just make the sound, do the sounding, make the connection, the divine connection within you, and start to let the voice travel where it may. So just with the simple pegs, the outside pegs and one of the middle pegs open, either the fifth or the fourth, you can go to town for hours and hours of fun. Yes. Did we have fun with doing little sounding with the Shruti? Isn't it great? So yeah, I don't know, Kerem, if you can get the G to G ones. But that would be awesome, to have a choice. And Amanda needs to order one ASAP. So Kerem, go ahead and drop the link in. But of course, I want to have you say hi too. I want to say hi to you. I can't see you on the top there.
I am here.
Okay. All right. So one more thing to show you in terms of equipment. I'm very excited about this. A few months ago, I finally got the Shruti pedal. All right. And because I'm a flute player, and sometimes I need my hands free so I can play the flute and have a drone. And so, oh my gosh, or play a crystal bowl, or we got only got two hands, sound healers. We got lots to do. So I'm gonna switch the camera a little bit. I'm gonna get this set up. So allow me a second here. And my cameraman here is not available, so here we go. All right, check this out. We can see lots of my cables and stuff around here. This is backstage. All right, so this is the Shruti pedal. Very awesome. I'm putting my Shruti on these little wooden rectangle thingies because it will be stable. This works the best when it's on a wooden floor surface. If it's on a carpet, the Shruti box tends to flip over. So you get this thing. This guy makes them by hand in the UK. I have the link for you guys. And he sent it to you, and this is it. Okay, so he gives you these little attachments you got to screw into the top of the Shruti box. This small lever piece and then the holder here. And then you put the black wire here in that slot, and then there's a knot at the end, and that's it. Okay, so then all I gotta do, hopefully this won't tip over because I am on the carpet. So let's see if this works. All right, so now I can play this with my foot. Oh, happy day. And then a little bit of coordination, right? Because you want to get that even sound, right? Don't pump it too fast. The Shruti Box will fall over. So this is what I'm like, this is what I'm finding. I've really got to be sensitive. Now I'm going to grab my flute. Oh my gosh, I'm so stoked. Now I can have a drone. Oh, I can move the mic down here. Let's have a little demo here. I'll move my mic down there. I'm going to turn that up. Yes. Yes. Fun for hours and hours and hours. Yes. All right, let me go back to this. Yeah, so that's the essentials. This is the basics of Shruti Box fun. It is. Uh, Natalie says London Shruti Box pedal maker man is going to take all my money. You know, it took me a while because it was on my radar, and I think they're with shipping and stuff. It's around like 200, I think. Oh, I want to know about that, Kerem. Yeah. But then I went and I did a sound meditation with a friend of mine out at the Integratron, and he had one, and I decided to use it, and then it was a done deal. So I wound up getting the thing finally, and I'm very, very happy with it. Just had to be good with the drill. I had to drill that piece on the top. Had to be really careful, and with those little accessories that attach to your Shruti box, you got to put it in the right place, and then you're off and running. All right. Yes. So, let me share a couple links. I think Kerem just did. Kerem, would you like to pop on and just say hello to everyone here?
Sure. Hi.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So 1 second. Okay. All right. Oh, there she is.
I don't even know where I am either. Oh, there I am. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh,
Takes me a minute.
magic. Zoom magic.
All right. Yes. So you've got some Shrutis, and you've got the C to C Shrutis.
Yeah, I totally thought that was the male version. So I have been educated. Thank you so much, Lynda.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to get some of those male, the G shirties.
Yeah.
I'm putting a word out. I have a great direct connection to someone who's helping me get the shirties, and so I can offer them for less than a lot of people do, which I love.
Yeah.
So I just put a message into him, actually, my buddy Pradeep. So I'll hear back from him and get a shipment in. But it takes about a month to kind of like get that whole cycle, to create it, get it to him. He repacks everything. Then he sends it to me, and then I check everything and I fix things, and then they go out to people. So it's quite a process, but it's great.
Yeah, and you get the ones that I have, which are pretty much the only ones I recommend. So I've worked with students before. Well, they'll just buy like a small one because it's cheaper, or they'll get it from another site. Even the ones on the shrutibox.co, the guy that makes the pedals. He has the bigger ones are the way to go. The smaller ones are going to sound, they just won't have any bass. They're really tinny and thin sounding, and you're just not going to be happy,
You're going to be like getting a cramp in your hand from pumping fast.
Yeah, right.
Right? I mean, if you're cool with that.
Right, and it's similar to having a small gong. When you have a small gong, you're like, I'm gonna, I'm gonna budget, so I'm gonna get the $300 20-inch gong. You're just gonna be sitting there, playing it. You're gonna have to beat it a lot more to get the sound consistent. But if you just go for like the bigger chow gong, then you just, you hit it and it just does it for you. It's kind of like that with the Shruti Box too. That they have the bass sound. It's easy to play. It's well made. It's coming from India, and it's really the only one that I have people get. So you definitely got the right one, and
I agree.
selling
Yeah,
the
I've tried out a few different makers. And quality wise, these are just fantastic.
yeah,
They're really, yeah. And then
exactly.
if you get it through beautiful sounds, sometimes they develop a buzz. So I like to talk about teach people how to fish. Some people don't want to open up and see what's behind there, but I think it's really fun to see. I kind of wish I'd maybe I
Oh,
can. Actually, I want to do that.
oh, really? You're gonna show us the inside? Yeah, I wasn't that
Yeah.
adventurous. Oh, goody. Oh, good.
Okay. So I just realized I was gonna repair this one, and I took out all the screws. So like that little part where all the notes has these screws around the outside. So you just have to undo that. That's the front face, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then they kind of make it easy. There's little tabs on the side. So if you need to fix something and check it, you can kind of like those little, anyways, if you don't have one, it might not make sense what I'm saying yet. But behind there are these metal reeds. They're just these rectangular metal reeds. And so when you're pumping air through it, they're just buzzing these metal pieces, and they've all been tuned. Typically they come in 440. I know, Linda, you've changed yours over to 432, which is a whole nother conversation.
Yes.
But you can get it retuned, but they don't generally tune it to 432.
Do you tune them now or no? Do you know how to
No,
do it?
I
Okay.
am not that skilled so far, but
We
what I
have
can
one
do,
guy in the LA area that does it.
yes.
And
And also the harmonium maker, he kind of stopped making those harmoniums for now, but he has tons of experience, and he could, but it just might take a while if you want to retune it with him, because he has like a full-time other gig now and taking care of his needs that way. But really cool guy, Andy, who knows tons about these types of reed instruments. He also do something like that. But so these vibrate when you push the air through it, behind it, right? And the air's coming out, whoop, coming out that front flap. Like anytime you open one of these, it's going to vibrate that reed behind it.
yeah.
And sometimes when it takes the journey across the world to San Diego or wherever it's going to land, these can become slightly misaligned. And so what I do is I check all the notes and I play it for a while. And sometimes there's a little buzz, or later on, if you have a Shruti, you might develop a little buzz. It can happen.
Yeah.
And that's just when this little thing got overlapped on the edge. So if I can even push it, I can't,
Yeah.
pushing down on it. So it's just basically, it's one piece of metal with a rectangle cut out in it. And so it's movable, right? But sometimes that thing can get just a little jammed one way or the other. So I like to show people how to get in there. You just need a couple simple tools. You don't need a lot, but sometimes you have to kind of like go, hey, you want to be more in the center this way, or this way. And then it takes the buzz away, and then you're fixed. So
Right.
it's much more simple than something like a harmonium, which has a lot more moving parts and stuff.
Yes.
So
Yes.
sure, it's great. With the beautiful sound.
Awesome. It's great to see the back. Yeah, it's great to see the back of that.
Yeah. Have you never looked in there? Oh my gosh, we gotta.
No, I don't want to ruin anything.
Oh, it's okay. If you take it out, you won't ruin it.
Okay, good.
Across the room, you might ruin
Yeah,
it.
well, I probably wouldn't do that. Yeah, it's not going to be like a
It's fine.
frisbee or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
anyway, so it's kind of cool to see the anatomy, and it's something. What's cool is that it does have a little complexity that way. Like if something can go wrong here and there, if you drop it or something, you might have to go in there. Well, you can always reach out if you get a Shruti through beautiful sounds. So I want to educate people on how to do simple fixes. If something goes wrong, or I'll even like replace one if it's within a certain time, or if you receive it and it still has a little buzz or something, I'll just send you a new one.
That's awesome.
go back
Yes,
around. So
yes.
try to make it easy.
Tabitha is asking, do we ever have to replace the reeds or do any maintenance? Not really. Very, very little. Sometimes things get loose. Just from like because I've used my C Shruti box for 12 years, I noticed like I've been pushing on one side of it, so it's angled a little bit. So I
So
probably would want to go to somebody to help me maybe adjust that if possible. But the only person I know is George, George up in Woodland Hills. We call him George of the LA Jungle. And he's the one that tunes the Shrutis and he does more instrument building types of things. But he's like, one of those guys that you call up, and you try to make an appointment with. Doesn't really have like a storefront or anything. He's like an independent sound healer, instrument builder guy. So we could definitely use another a harmonium Shruti maintenance person down here. But really, these things are, they play right out of the box. So you don't need to do too much, and as opposed to whatever Kerem said happens sometimes. A little bit of tune-up, a little bit of
I
tune.
would say also just to keep it, when you're not playing it, to keep it folded up and tucked in, right? Because you don't want anything to happen to the bellows. If the
Right.
bellows get damaged, then you ruin the air pressure. The
Yeah,
air
because
pressure is
there's
really,
like paper here. Yeah.
yeah, it's sort of like a
And
paper.
so every Shruti box comes with these security pegs, and I just move that into place on either side, and then
Yeah, just keep it
keeps
tucked
it
in. You don't
keeps it
even
together.
they come with a carry case,
Yep.
padded carry case, but you don't need to like even tuck it back in there. If you're just going to keep it home, just put it back together and put it in a safe place, and it's good. It's pretty hardy.
Yes. Cool. Thank you, Karam. All
Thanks.
right. Yeah. Yeah. And then everybody has the link to those. Everybody has the link to your page. You have a
I put it
beautiful.
a couple times.
Okay.
Beautifulsounds.co. There's lots of other stuff there too. So if you haven't ever been to the Beautiful Sounds universe, sounds funny that way. But like the website, there's lots of fun things. But the Shruti box is right on the first page, and or under healing instruments, you'll find it right there. And oh, cool. Yeah,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
gonna keep an
and then
eye on
that
the
is
pedal thing.
the pedal. Yes, that is the pedal. For those of you who are interested in getting the Shruti pedal, if you already have a box or you're going to get both to get going, just remember about stabilizing that thing, on a harder surface, or they come with those little wooden attachments, if you're on a carpet or something like that. And Amanda's a big fan, so.
I've seen people have slightly longer but thinner wood pieces.
Hmm.
You can kind of slip through those. The Shruti box has like at least from this maker, has little metal kind of footers and
Hmm.
then space. So you could put a kind of a piece under it, and then that'll stabilize it more because it's actually connected to the body of the Shruti. But
Right.
or you can attach the feet to the
Yeah.
bottom, and then but you have to be okay with screwing stuff. Like you had to screw for a pedal, you have to be comfortable with attaching pieces to it
Right.
that'll stay there, because you have to attach the hose to attach it each time. I don't think it's super difficult, but
Right.
and worth it if you're a multi-instrumentalist and you want to play.
Yeah, yeah. My whole thing was like for storage purposes. I didn't want to have something attached to the bottom permanently yet.
Right.
But that's what those wooden ones are for,
Yeah.
is to make sure that you can put it on a stable surface every time.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Karam. Thank
Let
you.
me pop in.
Yeah. All right. So, any other questions? This workshop's gonna be up on our devotional voice programs and in the sound meditation design program. I'll have it available as an unlisted YouTube link for a short time, but wanting to encourage everyone to check out the programs that I have available. The devotional voice program. I've got a discount code today. I've got two different things. I have the practice sessions that I do 3 times a month live. We do vocal meditation, raga, chanting, medicine songs. That is a wonderful program just to start to explore your voice more, get comfortable with it. And it's a monthly thing, so you don't have to think about it. You just you just pop on. And I know we have a couple of the Devotional Voice Saying Hot people here. I see Ashley, I see Julie, I see Valerie. There we come on and we do our vocal toning. We have a great time. And then I have a course available that goes through the basics of vocal meditation, about becoming comfortable with your voice from a divine interconnection space. So it's voice cultivation, but also spiritual practice. And that's the Devotional Voice course. It's an online course. And it's self-study, so it's a module course. And then I also offer a private session package if you want to study with me privately, either here in the studio in Long Beach, California, or on Zoom. So I encourage you all to explore that. And any other questions, it's so great to have you all here and to explore the Shruti Box. So it's just the best, one of the best instruments for this type of work, for all of you who are sound healers, who want to sing, want to have something to accompany yourself without bringing in speakers and a laptop and playing all the technical stuff, which is another way to do it. If you want to stick with this acoustic, very simple, the simplest things go a long way in order to cultivate your inner voice and also to transmit healing energy to others in the room. And so I think it's really become one of the most important tools that we have in our meditation practice. Yes. Any other questions? And we had a question about the male and female Shruti boxes and which is the best one to get. I know that Kerem doesn't have the male one. She's going to look into it. I don't have a direct link for those right now, but now that you know what it is, it's a G to G male Shruti. You may be able to find one. Sometimes they're on eBay, or you just wait for Kerem to get one, and then you can go from there. Yes, yeah. If you have a lower voice, a lower Shruti might be nice, but they're both. When you're talking about 5 notes, it does make a difference, but it's all pretty much in the center of the piano. If you think about vocal range, they both work really, really well. Yeah, I mean, recommend this. A lot of teachers recommend the C because it's just more widely available too. And you're dealing with C to C. So when you look at a piano keyboard, it's like easier to figure out which pegs you're moving and what notes you're playing.
Can
Yes,
I pop in one more thing?
yes.
On the Beautiful Sounds website, there is a page for Shruti, and you have I think a video on there as well, Lynda. I think a little video you did.
Nice.
And so there's a Shruti Box learning page, but also on there is a visual chord guide, and this is for the C. This is for the C Shruti,
Yep.
but it's a PDF, and if you go on the PDF, you can see, this is under learning on the Beautiful Sounds website. Basically, you can see colored dots for different chords. So, and once I get the G, I'll do the same thing for the G model, where I took 3-note piano chords and I just translated it with the visual of this front face. And then put the chords on there. So I think I put major and minor for each key, so that you can see visually, oh, let me just match it up. And, maybe since there's nothing on here that says what the notes are. And honestly, I don't like a lot of that busyness in front of me when it confuses me more. It gets me in my mental space. But to have, we did it the right way. Anyways, to have that guide is helpful if you want to get started quickly.
Yep. There's no harm in putting little stickers on or writing the notes. But it's only 12. You guys, you can do it. I have faith. You can learn your 12 notes and then your visual reference. But when you have to switch, you are looking over the top. So it's a little bit of a thing. You got to be able to do it backwards, or you can turn it around. All good. All right, you guys. Any other questions from me? Thank you for coming and exploring the Shruti Box. Hoping to see some of you in Devotional Voice Class, and whatever we can do for however Kerem can help you, or myself in your training and exploring and opening up. We are happy to provide anything you would need to just keep going, keep that it's pure potential through the sound current. That's what we're doing here. Creativity and divine connection. And so super passionate about this and want you all to keep going with it. All right. Blessings, everyone. Sending love, peace, healing. All right. We'll see you all soon.